everybody. Welcome back to my channel. My name is erinbies. I am a wife, a mom, a military veteran, and I spent 13 and a half years in multi-level marketing, healed my way out. Now I'm using all of my social media platforms to educate and raise awareness around the dangers of multi-level marketing companies and the tactics used by the reps. This is part 2. If you have not watched part 1, I'm going to put it up here. So go back and watch that because we're about 30 minutes into her 57-minute long Instagram training. Okay, so just, I get it, but make sure you watch part 1 first. If you're brand new, hello, hi. I was a part of Pruvit. I feel like that's important to mention. I was also a part of this team. I feel like that's important to mention. And if you'd like to follow me on social media, here you go. We're going to just hop right into it because the last video was long and we're about just over halfway through her video. I'm reacting to Courtney. She is Jessie Lee's best friend, right-hand gal. And it's been quite the word salad adventure. And before we start, for those of you that watched part 1, what are your thoughts on part 1? Just, you can comment below and let's go to part 2. Well, we're on part 2. You guys know what I mean. Let's go.
Variety. And you are, right? You have so much more to give. And so it shouldn't be all over the place. It should be focused. And when you get focused and you create that list of things and you start to create content over the things that you could talk on and on and on and on and on about, you have more fun. It becomes a little bit easier to be consistent because you compress time and you manage it that much easier. And so I want to give you a couple of tips because now I am inspired. Once I started this, you guys, I started doing this on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I set myself up for success. I quiet down the noise. I had a conversation with my family. I said I have to focus and I have to get clear on where I'm going. And then I did that. I set up my link tree a little bit more efficiently. I answered all of these questions for myself. I was still creating content while I was going through it. And finally, showing up to power hours. I am on power hours. I am getting coached and guided and steps, and I am applying it, and I am taking action, and I'm building more consistency. And I am building more belief in myself. I am building more belief in the business. I am building more belief in who I am bringing in to help into this. And I will tell you what, I was told, I am in boss camp right now, by the way. I am in boss camp, okay? And I love it so much. And for those of you who are a little scared to be bossed around, you should be, okay? But you just got to shift your mind around it. And so I knew if I did not have my product live done last night, that I was going to be the pro champ, okay? Whoa. And it doesn't matter, but I was like that. Like I need to hold myself to a higher level of excellence because that is our culture, right? Wouldn't you agree? The Empire, the Elite MLA, we have excellence. We execute. We have the energy behind things. I see it in each and every single one of you. Thank you guys for participating with me tonight, and giving me your energy. It means so much to me. And I was like, I have to go live right now. I don't want to do this, but I gotta get myself together. 5 years in, yes, I can talk to people about ketones for 45 minutes forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. And I can talk them till my face is blue, but I did not want to do that live. And when I got done, I thought, oh my God, I was like, oh Lord, it was so bad. And you know why I felt it was bad? Because I was like, I was supposed to go half the time. I didn't even do my intro right because I've changed it. I'm going to give you guys coaching on that too really quick. I changed it, didn't say my intro right. I didn't compress. I repeated myself.
So you weren't prepared. Just like I talked about in part 1. Cool.
It was awful going live. I love it, Ashley, but you did it. Do you know how many people never get to the point to even press that damn button? And you did it, Ashley. You freaking did it, okay? I know, I agree. I could talk all day long, but it still made me a little queasy. It still made me cringe. It's still, guys, I didn't want to do it. If it wouldn't have been on the checklist, if I wouldn't have been told showing up to work today required you to go live on the product live, then I don't think I would have done it. But I knew people were watching me. I knew I had to hold myself to a higher standard. I knew that I had to pull myself together and change my mind or change my mindset around doing that live. And everything that I listed from that list of everything that I said from the list that Jamie gave me was covered tonight. And it's just a reminder that it's all here already for you guys. The system is already in place. And yes, it's getting better and better and better and better. But it all starts right here. It all starts with the perspective and the lens at which you view your world. Because if you want this, guys, I have lived by this for so many years now. If you want the world to change around you, you have to be the one to change it. And it's been said multiple times by many different people. Michael Jackson even said, I am talking to the man in the mirror, y'all. Okay?
Which has nothing to do with multi-level marketing. That's a false equivalence fallacy that you're using right now to try and keep people plugged in and working.
Talking to the man in the mirror. Okay, that's another thing that I like to do, bust out a song. That's how I live my life. Okay? and you can do these things. You can be your own unique person, right? Find the ways that help you make yourself laugh, make others laugh, put humor into stuff, and just change your perspective on the way that you're looking at things. Dance it out. Shake it off. Now I got Taylor in my head, y'all. Like I can't even help myself. I can't even help myself. I help myself. Okay. All right. So it all ties into everything. It goes back to the way that you're viewing it. And by showing up, by plugging in, you do build belief. And by never giving up when it gets hard, those are the times that it's telling you to lean in. Those are the moments that's not accurate. Also, I would love to see your sources on that. When we're talking about multi-level marketing and people start questioning what's going on, that's called cognitive dissonance. That's when people are starting to question, well, what am I participating in? They're saying I have to do all of this extra stuff, but I really only get paid off of selling a product and recruiting. Oh, God, this is... Ugh. Life is kind of knocking you down to say, hey, like you got to elevate your skills a little bit. The challenge wasn't big enough for you. But I promise you that, no matter what you believe in or God or who you believe in or what your beliefs are inside of anything that you have, you were not put in your life and with the challenges that you are being presented with if you were not equipped to handle them.
Okay, I'm feeling like this is going to be a theme. It's going to be a pattern. I know that I said on not the last video, but the previous video, I was hoping to get through a video without spiritual manipulation. Spiritual manipulation has entered the room. Love that for us. Of course, that's sarcasm.
They're given to you for a reason. They're there in your path because they're trying to give you a sign that you have things to change and skills to develop still to become the person you're meant to be. And that never goes away. It never stops. It's always going to be pulling you to be better and doing more and showing up and giving and pouring in. Because life has purpose and so do you. And so the way that you look...
And your purpose, friends, I know I'm preaching to the choir, if you will. Your purpose is not a multi-level marketing company. That's not your purpose. God, your higher power, whatever it is that you believe in, is not going to lead you, if you will, to a multi-level marketing company where the majority of people lose money or don't make any at all. And in Pruvit's case, on their, I should say, income disclosure statement from 2020, the median income for about 36,000 36,000 reps that joined in 2020 was $0. You cannot tell me that somebody's higher power, whatever it is that they believe in, is going to lead them to something that's going to cause them such financial harm. You cannot tell me that their higher power is going to lead them to something where they lose themselves trying to duplicate, and that includes talking completely different, just like I talked about in the first video. People lose themselves trying to replicate the success of the people that get in early to the company because they think that's what they have to do. And then they're competing with everybody else, not just in the company, but also in the industry. You can't tell me that somebody's higher power is going to lead them to something along those lines. I don't think that that's how that works.
At one thing is the way that you look at everything. And if you are choosing, this is why I made the decision to not only be disciplined, but 6 years ago, I made the decision to become the most optimistic person I knew. And so I always look at the bright side, abso-freaking-lutely, but I am still not naive. And I have to prepare for other situations, right? I have to prepare that challenges are going to come my way, but I have to make sure that I never give up. And if you don't quit, you never fail.
The only reason they say that is because they don't want people to quit because it impacts their paycheck. If somebody cancels their smart ship with Pruvit, that impacts their paycheck. If somebody decides to cancel their account with Pruvit, by the way, I get a lot of questions about that. So let's just go ahead and talk about that really quickly. If you are somebody that is wanting to cancel your Pruvit account, customer, promoter, whatever, I will tell you that when I first started, there used to be a button in the back office. They at some point got rid of that. And now if you want to cancel your account or whatever, you have to go through support. So support at pruvithq.com is how you cancel those accounts. So you can still message me if you would like to, but that is probably one of the most asked questions when it comes to Pruvit is people that are on this team in this company that are like, how do I cancel my account? I don't know how to do that. So that's how you do that, in case that's something that you have been wanting to do. Let's keep going.
You give up, you will never experience those customers, the consistency, or even the best version of yourself that you're meant to be. And so I cannot wait to meet you guys at Epic and Empire U. I cannot wait to get to just squeeze on you and take photos with you and all of the things. Thank you guys.
Are those things going to move their businesses forward? You squeezing on them, taking pictures with them? Or is it really just about indoctrination and how it looks on social media? Because they're going to tag you in that post or story. They're going to tag you in it. And then the people that follow them are going to go follow you. So is it really about moving their business forward? Oh, no, not at all.
So much for tagging me, for loving on me in Instagram. It meant a lot. And in the chat, I said loving on me because like y'all are interacting with me. I see your faces. You're taking notes. Yeah, it means so much. But if you guys, well, first of all, if you guys want to do one thing for me, put it into action. And then tell me how that feels.
What exactly do you want them to put into action? Being 1% better? What exactly are you wanting them to put into action? Are you wanting them to, this was such a word salad. What exactly is it that you want them to put into action? I know I said that multiple times, but I know y'all are watching the same thing like, what?
Do one thing, highlight it. I know you're being pulled to something. I know you feel it. You're like, oh God, she's either I pissed you off with something or, or you were like, oh my God, I need to do that right now. Or maybe you're like, I am so unclear on who I am, where I'm going. Then you need to answer those questions. So figure out where you need to start. Is it making the decision and then doing the next thing? And I would love for you, whenever you have that moment, I don't know where you want to put it. You want to send it to me in a DM. I don't care.
Oh my God, here she goes. She's going to ask them to share it and tag her in it. That's exactly what's going to happen.
want to tag me and tell the world about it in your stories. I just want to hear, what action are you going to take from tonight? Are you going to go live on it? Are you going to make a post on it? Are you going to put it in your story? Share this out. This isn't original to me. Everything is because I've done the exact same things that you are doing. I've just done it more, right? If there's things that you're like, oh gosh.
You've done it more, or you got in early? Because I know that you got in early, because I was a part of that as well. It's not that you're doing it more. It's that you're at the top of the pyramid because you got in early, Courtney.
How does she know that? I just learned more about it over the last, 33 years of my life. If you feel like I know more about you, it's just because I consume more content in that area. And so you can do the same thing. And the way that I retain more information, I put it into action immediately. So instead of leaving these books on my shelf, I have not read every single page in all these books. Hell no. I read a page, I get a chapter, I get something, and then I go implement it. I take action on it. I teach it to you guys. I do those things. So go do that. After that I plan to. Then I saw the clock and I meant to wrap it up. But thank you. I love you guys. I can't wait to hear the actions that you guys put into your business. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Thank you. And feel free. You guys, my inbox is always open. It doesn't matter wherever you can find me, whatever platform. Just say hello, and I'm always here for you guys. So thank you, and I appreciate you, Stephanie, for running the Zoom, and each and every single one of you for showing up today in your businesses.
Thank you so much, Courtney. Y'all, I got so much out of that. If you guys got pages and pages of notes like I did, I got 6 pages of notes here from Courtney.
Pages and pages of notes. Can you guys imagine what those notes look like?
Courtney. And I learned something every time she talks. She said it isn't easy to be consistent. And I felt that in my soul, because it's so hard to stay consistent whenever things just get in your way and there's roadblocks. And break the cycle to be able to manage your emotions, because I saw in the chat, and I know I feel this way sometimes too, that you feel some type of way about something and you just kind of let it carry on in your brain and just kind of live rent free up there. And you got to break that cycle, like Courtney said. So make sure you write down the action that you're taking, send it to Courtney, send it to Jamie Lynn, tag everybody in Instagram, let them know. And if you haven't already, go ahead and take a boomerang of the Zoom. And with that, I'm going to tell y'all good night. Happy Tuesday, everybody.
Recording.
My eyeballs hurt. Oh, so good. Oh my goodness. Okay. Thank you guys for hanging out. I appreciate you. Do you guys have any questions in the chat? Let me check. What's up, Ashley? Hey. Let me see. No questions up here. Thank you, Shalana.
So she's probably live on like 5 different platforms. 5 is an exaggeration, but she's probably live on TikTok. She's probably live on Instagram, which I think is where this was sent. She's probably live on Facebook, and she's using that to try and recruit people. Hey, here's a taste of our team training. I'm going to be speaking. I think she called it coaching. There was no coaching from what I saw, but okay. So now she's going through all the comments to see who asked questions, but the people that are watching are probably people on our team. I bet you anything.
It's scary, but I can say from experience that it gets slightly easier each time. It feels more like a regular conversations with friends the more you do it. Yes. Oh, hey, friend. You probably are not still here, but hello. Oh, God, I need it. Get your ass to an event. Shalana, it has been too long. I know. I love you, too. Rhonda Lee. Trajectory. Woof!
You know what's crazy about this is we are 43 minutes into her 57-minute long video. She's not even really saying anything. She's just going through the comments, which in my opinion can be done when you're not live. I bet you anything. She's like, I got to just make sure that I don't have somebody interested in the business. So we got to go through because Instagram, I don't think will repost the live comments. Correct me if I'm wrong, you guys, but I'm pretty sure. So I don't know how long this is going to be of us watching her go through the comments and responding to people that we can't see. So if it goes on for quite some time, I will end the video or fast forward it. We'll see.
You know what I did not get? Hopefully they have a photo for me because I didn't get a photo on it, y'all. Yes! Ask a question, please, Shalana. I miss your questions, okay? Thank you. You can put it in the question box or wherever you want to. I know it's delayed. I did look for questions to see if anybody else had asked. I don't know if there's any that were on Facebook, but I got off Facebook, so. You know what I was supposed to do? Yay, you're gonna be epic. I was supposed to. You've never seen me live? Lisa, listen, I need to get my TikTok going. I tried to start a new TikTok. I don't know what's happening.
And why did you want to start a new TikTok?
Shalana, I am waiting for a question. Okay, you're probably typing it. I'm being rude. Okay.
She's probably on her team.
If anybody has any questions, you guys can drop them. I am waiting for Shalana's question because I told her she can ask it. So now I'm waiting, and I was going to go look at Facebook.
She's definitely on her team.
So a tip, I've been recording my content. I've been recording my videos so I have multiple devices, okay? So not only can I go live on every platform with my devices, I can also record in 4K on a device as well. So here's my pop socket. It is from Popline Bling. Michelle got her thing going on. Okay, she bling bling. This is the shit, y'all. Literally, I love it so much. So hey, Janae. Okay, you got your question in there. But I've been recording the 4K. That doesn't matter about the 4K, but I've been recording it with my best camera, my best camera as well. So now it's recorded so I can break it down into pieces of content. You haven't seen that from me yet because I have ADHD and there's so many things that I am not fast at, okay? And I get distracted. I get distracted too much. Okay. I was like, give me a minute to type. I'm trying to make sure it makes sense. Okay. Girl, I feel you though. Okay. What are your tips for someone? Oh Lord, I gotta go back in here. What are your tips for someone who knows if they're in a winning environment?
Oh, this will be good because she can give her tips and then maybe I can give my tips. This will be fun.
And has all the tools to be successful, but still seems to be struggling with that inner belief. Or
I'll go first. I don't even need to hear the rest of the question. Get out of the MLM. Okay, go ahead, Courtney.
Imposter syndrome. So, what are your tips for someone who knows they're in a winning environment? So first of all,
also, before she answers this, I do want to talk about imposter syndrome real quick because that's a term that is thrown around a lot in MLM. And I think that they use that because the people at the top of the pyramid are the ones that make money. We know that. That's not news to us. And I think that there are people at the top of the pyramid that are making money that are struggling with that. But I think it's because they know deep down that their team is not making money. But they're kind of flipping that as imposter syndrome. You guys let me know what you think after being in it for 13 and a half years, multiple companies, being a part of this team, hearing that term thrown around a whole lot. I really do think that that's why they throw that term around.
know you're in a winning environment. Girl, it hasn't been that long. Give yourself a break. Okay? Do you have an awareness? First of all, my first and foremost thing. Do you have an awareness that you have different emotions that you actually probably go through in a flow every month? Have you recognized that for yourself?
What? What does that have to do with business? Do you recognize that you have emotions? I don't even know how she worded that. This definitely was planned. I feel like this question was planted. I bet you anything that this gal that asked the question is on the team, because she said, I told her she could ask this question, meaning it was discussed beforehand so that she could gain some interaction. Wow.
And if you don't have an app for it, get an app for it, literally for your cycle. Back it up, girl, no, okay? Like 10 minutes a day. That's all you get. Back it up. Back it up, back it up, back it up. You focus on what you need to focus on. My ADHD self in a chat, I get so sucked in and I want to build relationships and I want to do all of these things. You get 10 minutes in a chat a day. So yeah, let's get down to the nitty gritty, Shalana. And actually, I feel like Whitney's on here. So this is really good because I feel like phone's all doing
Probably
weird
another
stuff.
team member.
I feel like, so I did this thing. I was like, okay, I'm going to kind of slow down and then I'm going to start a new chat at a certain point when I'm ready to launch all of these new people together into a chat. But I need them to be at a certain point before I want to put them into a chat. And so that's kind of in a transitioning period. And so Winnie's over here with no chat and you're over here overwhelmed with the chat, okay? Like Winnie don't got no chat yet. But yes, you got this. I am my own worst enemy and very hard on myself. I love this, okay? So the newbie chat is really, it will blow up. It'll put you in 17 different directions. This is why you have to focus on yourself. And just go back through this live.
Did you hear that? The newbie chat is going to pull you in 17 million different directions. I think that's what she said. Meaning there's chaos and there's no definitive do this, do this, do this. If you have not watched part one, in part one, I talked about how Betty the bot was supposed to be kind of a launch thing that gives people step one, step two, whatever. Now they have this boss camp that, according to Courtney, is supposed to simplify the steps to run, launch. I don't remember the exact terminology that she used. But if Betty the bot was so effective, why do you have to have this boss camp too? Unless it's all about indoctrination.
Or go back through your notes because I don't know when you jumped on. Go through the parts that you missed. I don't know when you jumped in. I should have asked that first because I don't know when you came in on this, but I really hit hard on a lot of these different areas. When did you come in? You came in. It's reconnecting. Okay, you were here pretty early. Okay, so if you didn't take notes, just try to go back through and take notes on what I said, and I'm always here to have a conversation with you. I was on the front start. I like it.
Definitely a team member.
But we all have different emotional points. And so the thing that I said, really, the journaling it out is really, really important for you because right now you're just in your head. You're overthinking, and the overthinking is sucking you in.
Oh my God. The nemesis of MLM leaders when it comes to them coaching their team members is when a team member starts to critically think for themselves. She's literally saying that, hey, you're overthinking it. No, this person might be critically thinking. They may be saying, hey, there's too many steps. What am I supposed to be doing? What's the most important? What are the income generating activities? Well, that's pretty simple. Sell, recruit, period. This is fascinating to me.
It starts by figuring out who you want to become. And once that's so clear to you, it was like I saw you post something in your story or maybe it was like a live or something that you did. You talked, whatever form of content. I mean, I have popped in on live at one point. But it was something that you were sharing that was like this epiphany for you of like, be yourself. I'm trying to remember what it was. You were talking about some way that you like to be funny. Was it like singing out? Like, was it the song thing that you do too? Because I know you do that with me. It was something like that. I'm trying to remember. It'll come to me here in a second. But you said something, and it's like, I was like, yes! Like, find who you are. The only reason that you are battling this imposter syndrome is because you don't know who you are. But you do know who you are. You're just overthinking it. right? Like it's inside of you. So just journal back on all those questions that I already went over. Start to just write it down for yourself. And the one thing that I didn't give them in there, damn it, I meant to tell them my intro. And I forgot to give them that. So I really started to get specific. And
where?
Ask yourself, who are you? Because you're attracting who you are right now. The only reason it's overcomplicating and you're not attracting people and you're confusing yourself here and you're like feeling like you have all the tools is because you are attracting who you are. And if you don't know who you are, who are you attracting? People that don't know who they are. So they can't even make a decision to join you because they don't feel disciplined or they don't feel like focused on who they are and where they want to go. But when you get clear, even the people who aren't will want to join you and feel certain because you're certain.
Notice she has not really talked about selling ketones. Almost all of this has been about recruiting and having people join them. It's almost like the majority of money that you make in Pruvit is off of recruiting team members. Shocking.
And they gain more certainty through your vision, your passion, your energy, your execution, the way that you have excellence. Everything will shift around you. If you do not shift your mindset around the lifestyle that you are living and on the way that you are showing up in it and on the person you show up as, right? Like think about how it feels to have to be watching me train, okay? And you're like, I'm doing little things that you connect with, right? I'm doing these little things, like I start singing because it's popping in my head and you're like, oh my God, I love that about her. I do that all the time. So do it on live. Like let yourself be that.
Does singing on a live sell ketones and recruit people? Or is it a tool used to be able to bait and switch people? Oh, I like her. Oh, she sells ketones. Look. This is the weirdest word salad. By the way, can I get ranch on this word salad? Thank you.
Person. Because that's when the person that is in real life meets the person in online life and people feel it, right? They feel it. So just do that. Be that person. And the more that you just start to be this person, the more that you become Shalana and not anyone else. But you have to try it on. Shake it off, shake it. I also picture the little piggies doing that. Shake it off, shake it off, oh, oh. If you know the movie Sing, then you know what I'm talking about, okay? So yeah, just give yourself grace with it and journal that out, and it will become so much more obvious to you. The tools are there. They're vamping up. You better get in boss camp, girl. I'm just saying. You better be in there next time because everything will come together, baby. Okay? And if you want to stop feeling like an imposter in this area, then you said something that made me think of inner belief imposter syndrome. If you are lacking inner belief, then stop breaking promises to yourself. Stop breaking promises to yourself. So, and if you're like, I have been doing this and staying on top of it, then stop being so hard on yourself. So either A, you're breaking promises, or B, you're being way too hard on yourself. Because just look at who you were last week and who you were last month and who you were 2 months ago. Because if Shalana today, having access to the empire and their systems and their excellence and la 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 la, and these frontline people in this chat are la 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 la, and I'm over here like la 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 la. Okay, well then of course it's gonna feel like you're an imposter because you're literally trying to be all these other people because you're allowed.
But the entire system is to do what your leader is doing. This is supposed to be a business training? This This is terrible.
Allowing them to pull you in these directions, but when you become confident and certain and disciplined and you don't break these la 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 la, can we make that into I'm gonna need that clipped and I'm gonna need to turn that into a sound on Instagram. Okay, la 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 la. I really should do that. Okay, I don't know what's wrong with me. All right, so when you get, so it's either one or the other, right? You're either breaking the promises to yourself, or you're just being too hard on yourself, and you need to give yourself grace because you have been making changes. You have been showing up. You have been doing the things. You're not actually being an imposter. You're just trying stuff on that feels imposter-like. So stop doing those things.
Or try this on, Courtney. Maybe what this person is telling you is the things that she is, the things that she is being taught to do don't feel authentic to her. So maybe that includes the benefits of ketones. Maybe she's sharing that and she's not really experiencing any of the things you guys claim the ketones do. Maybe she is trying to recruit people and talking about the team, but she doesn't have team members. Maybe she does. I don't know. And because of the way that she's talking about the team, it feels not authentic to her. And that's why she feels like an imposter, is because she's trying to do everything that you're telling her to do, and they don't feel good to her. Maybe try that on.
Please make that a sound. Can you help me with that? Please. This is going to go up. And it'll be right at the end, okay? Okay, so I don't see any other questions pop up. And I've been on here for a long time, so I don't want this to cut off because it will. I started my live kind of like almost an hour ago. So I love you guys. I appreciate you so much. Thank you, Whitney. I need to get you like plugged into all of these different things. Whitney is also helping me with my life, just kind of manage my business a little bit better and help me do all of these, take all of these browser tabs that keep opening in my brain and categorize them and put them in places and check things off the boxes. So, one last thing I want to say about that is that every single time we hit a point where we are being super hard on ourselves for in any area of our life, lean into that. I made a post on it today, but lean into it. It is asking you to elevate your skills and rise to these challenges that you feel ill-equipped to face. You're not at all. You're fully capable, and you have everything inside of you to figure it out. You just need to change the way that you're looking at the situation. That's it. If you just change your perspective, you'll find the solution. Every single time you'll find the solution. And sometimes
I don't know why it keeps like jumping like that. Not really sure, but yeah.
Sometimes that's through listening to somebody, listening to a podcast, jumping on the live, having like these chats, doing all these things. And sometimes it is in the conversation with the frontliners. Sometimes it's on a live video, like somebody else's live or somebody else's podcast, or reading a caption or. But don't like, sometimes you have to turn off all the other noise and make sure that you're not following the people that make you compare yourself to somebody that you're not. So follow more people, right? I love.
What is happening? She just said sometimes you have to unfollow people that make you feel like you're competing with them. And then in the next sentence said, follow more people. Oh my God. Why?
That you follow me. I know that we connect and we're very, very similar in who we are and how we show up, right? Because you say that a lot. You're like, oh my God, I totally do that. So I'm just saying that, but I'm a mom of 3 kids and a wife. And so in a lifestyle perspective, right? And maybe also business, right? So maybe in business, right? Like, and who I am as a person, but not in my lifestyle. My lifestyle doesn't match yours at all. So find people that make sense for you to follow lifestyle wise, that match the type of content that you create, because they have similarities, and then shut off all the noise around that. So I love y'all. I appreciate you so freaking much. I'll talk to y'all later. And to sign off, I am Courtney.
Okay, done with that. Thank goodness. Oh, I cannot believe I used to listen to stuff like that and think it was good business training. That's wild to me. How are y'all doing? Check in. Let me know you're good. I know you're not hungry after that word salad. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's wild. Why do I subject us to this? Anyways. If you love today's video, part 2, or whatever time you're watching it, if you would give me a like, subscribe, just all the YouTube things, would appreciate it. Thank you guys for being here. Don't join an MLM. Unnecessary. Lose yourself. Then you start doing these trainings, teaching people how to do word salads and confusing them to take massive action when they don't even understand what they're supposed to be doing while implementing new courses. Because not like courses like training courses, like courses like the meals, like she was talking about. Remember from part 1, she said, we just keep introducing new courses. Well, weren't the other 7 courses enough? Oh, they're equally as confusing. So you have to keep that chaos up. Okay. Love that. Anyways. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate y'all so much. I'll see you on the next video. I have a whole bunch of videos planned. I think I have 16 videos, so I have a lot of work to do. Anyways, thanks for being here. Bye, everybody.